So, thank God for the World Cup. Coming right up. What's up, y'all? Welcome back for more Common Sense Logic Reason. And as always, I want to say thank y'all for joining me today. So, by now, it's well known about the rave reviews that America has been receiving by foreigners because of the World Cup. I mean, many people who probably never had any interest of visiting America have come here because of the World Cup. And they're getting a first-hand view of America as opposed to the narrative that's being painted in the mirror, being painted in the media. Oftentimes, being the most powerful nation on the planet, the strongest economy, America oftentimes has the spotlight put on us, and oftentimes the media would embellish some of the negative things, and then people who not here, who don't see it for themselves, they often see this as true. But now these Europeans and visitors are starting to see that, well, America is not what we were told. I mean, people are saying that speaking on how warm and welcoming Americans are. Matter of fact, I've seen videos of people saying that they've visited multiple countries and they've never felt more welcome than they have here in America. They're raving about the facilities, all of the stadiums, how they're state of the art. And I've seen people saying that, they don't have stadiums like this or that in Europe, right? They're raving about the food, even though although I would say that there are a lot of chemicals and things in our food that are banned in Europe, but they're still raving about how good the food is. Again, Texas barbecue, I agree with them 100% on that one. And the thing about it is that they're mostly talking about fast food and chain restaurants. They're not talking about, say, gourmet restaurants or, mom and pop restaurants where you're more likely to get much better food. They're talking about just chain restaurants. I even heard somebody talk about Taco Bell. Taco Bell hasn't really been good in the last 15 to 20 years. It's decent, but not good. And they're saying how Taco Bell was the best thing that they had. And they're also finding out why we have AC. I hear they were shaming the AC and claiming that we were soft, but now they're here. They're knowing why we have an AC in America because of that weather, especially in the South with the heat and humidity that we have in the South. And I'm telling you, New Orleans, it has to be the worst when it comes to heat and humidity. But you know that we are truly blessed in this country, in America, when Walmart is a tourist destination. We're talking Walmart here, something that Americans, we take for granted. We go to Walmart every day, all the time. And yet they're just, like, for them, this is a tourist destination. They're just amazed about the size, right? Yellow school buses. If you're an American, you've been on and off yellow school buses going back and forth to school for years. Like, for many of us, yellow school bus is a symbol of we got to go to school. But for them, it's like they didn't believe that existed, and they do exist. They do exist. Anytime something as trivial as free refills on drinks is, being praised by the Europeans, that's how you know we really have it good in America. And now most people have been pleasantly surprised by this, but I haven't. Matter of fact, not only am I surprised by this, I knew this was going to happen because I've seen this already. I think for the last, I would say maybe 6 or 7 years, I've been watching videos of a lot of Europeans moving to America, right? Uploading their videos, these videos of being just amazed by Walmart. It's nothing new. It's happened before. I've seen them. I've seen videos of, exchange students who moved to America and experience American high schools. I've seen those videos. So all these videos are nothing new. The difference is that the World Cup is basically put it on a mass scale, so much to the point where it can no longer be hidden now. And it's gotten so widespread now that even the moderate to moderate left have found a new sense of patriotism now because they see all these people just enamored with America saying how great it is. And all this is done is strengthening the argument of conservatives, these pro-American conservatives who say that America is great. Well, we now have more of an argument now to debate these liberal leftists in America who keep saying how bad America is. Right? Whenever they complain about how bad America is, all we have to do is point to all these Europeans, all these foreigners. Well, are you saying that they're wrong? All these people are wrong about saying how great America is, how great a time they've had visiting here, which is what the World Cup is all about. You telling me all these people are wrong? Now, I know the left, and I like to deal with arguments before it starts. I know the only real argument that they really can make now is that these people are only visiting America. They're not living in America, and they're not here to see the day-to-day life of America. They're just visiting. Well, that argument is false too, because there's been a lot of Europeans who are living in America that have been uploading videos now saying that they know exactly how they feel because they experienced this when they moved to America, and they still love living in the country, right? You have the British couple, James and Sienna. They rented an RV and just drove across America, and they, according to them, they were born in the wrong country. Right now, they're back in Britain, waiting for the papers to basically be able to move to America. And if it was up to me, they would already be here. I would basically get rid of all these ungrateful people in this country, get rid of them, kick their asses out of here, and make room for all the people who would come here and appreciate everything America is. The fact is, like I say, thank God for the World Cup, because the World Cup is basically not because of the view of America in the world. Well, now we're looking at all these damn leftists in America. They have no more excuses. They have no more excuses to be victims in America with all of these people who are saying how great it is, and all these people who live in here just loving America. They have no more excuses. This is why I'm of the standpoint of America, love it or leave it. It just had no more arguments with these people. You got a problem with America. You keep saying how America very bad it is. Why don't you just leave? Because we're still waiting for all of those people who say that they were going to leave when Trump won in 2016. We're still waiting on them to leave, and they haven't left yet. Anyway, but like I said, thank God for the World Cup. And the World Cup was just as good for America as America was for the World Cup. And as always, y'all, until next time.